as they're sort of launching the market. I think.
Well, I certainly don't believe all them people who are wearing the gear have bought that.
Load of cobblers. Anyway, let's hope we don't do something like that. But we do probably need to do something. I'd like to think that as things normalise, we'll normalise.
I just don't think we can sit back and.
Well, no, I agree. We haven't got the luxury of sitting back. We've got to try and do something.
And I don't necessarily think cheap tickets or free tickets is the answer necessarily either.
No.
Because that works against your core fan base, thinking I've bought this season ticket, I've given up all this money to you, and then someone else can stroll along and get in for cheaper. So it has to be thought. Anyway, let's do the standings in our weekly highlights, shall we?
Let's do that. So Catalan are on top with 92%. St Helens have 83% still because we're not playing. Warrington are in third on 73. Wigan improved to fourth on 66, jumping over Hull, who are now 62. Hull KR complete the top six on 54. Leeds are on 50, with Castleford still on 42, Salford 28, ahead of Huddersfield and Wakefield on 26. All have 4 wins. Lee are bottom with nothing.
Stat line of the week. It's got to be Jerry on it. 4 tries, 8 tackles, 200 metres, 2 clean breaks.
Yeah, got to be. Can't argue with it.
But player of the week for me goes to a player who had 4 try assists rather than 4 tries, and that's Jackson Hastings. I think he was by far the best on show in the Wigan game, and that was the game that I watched the most closely this week.
And obviously, I couldn't possibly give it to a Wigan player, even though I think you're right. I'm going to give it to Paula Abdul for his first half over in Catalan. I thought he had a absolutely mesmerising first 40 minutes there.
Highlight of the week, and I gave this guy a nod last week, but I'm going with him again. Harry Newman, his opening try for the Leeds game was the best try, I think, of the weekend. Partly as well because it was this kid's first game back at Headingley since that horrific leg break last year, and he's hit the ground running when he's gone back into the first side. You've got to love him. Yeah,
no argument with that. I like Newman, but just to be different, I'm going to give it to young Pricey, Leon's lad, getting what I thought was a very nice try against Hull, and showing that maybe there's another little Leon Price there, who, if he's anywhere near as good as his dad, will be a fixture in Super League for a long time to come out.
For sure, yeah, he's got all the talent. Let's see if he can go to the top. In the predictions last week, me and Alan both went 2 out of 3 because, of course, Huddersfield fucked up our predictions.
Yep, again.
But they didn't fuck up Alan's Superoo because in that he's top and wears the yellow cap in the host Superoo. David, you're second. Sarah's third. I'm fourth, despite having the weekly spoon. Explain that to me because we both got the same amount of predictions, right?
Yeah.
But unless I didn't put my predictions into Superbrew, which happens a lot. And Tim is bottom there, and in the main Superbrew, Craig the expat Cass fan is on top, but Paul Bamford wears the yellow cap this week, so well done to those guys. Thanks everyone for their fan views. We'd love to get more on next week's games, especially any that are non-televised, so please look out for that. Remember, you've got to get them in quick because we're recording on Friday after the games on Wednesday and Thursday, so don't forget. Okay, let's move on to other results.
In the Championship, it was round 14. Sheffield 28, Halifax 40. It was Batley 42, Newcastle 12. It was Bradford 30, Featherstone 36 in an absolute humdinger of a game, and we have a fan view on this from Peter Campsall.
Yeah, Peter said, we won without 8 players not involved. That's why we are the best Yorkshire Championship team. Bring on Toulouse next week. P.S. Pity ref was all Bradford, but still beat them in such a crap ground. I mean, it's the pitch, innit? Surely the pitch was the leveler much more than anything a match official could have done. But yeah, exciting stuff at the narrow Odsal.
Yeah, and Featherstone are on a roll at the moment. And if I could pick one game to watch this weekend, and there are some good games coming up in the next few days, I think Featherstone against Toulouse might be a good one to watch.
For sure.
In other results in the division, Whitehaven 28, Oldham 24, another tight game. And York ran out easy winners over Swinton, 46 points to 10. Toulouse versus Dewsbury and London versus Widnes were postponed or cancelled.
That means for the standings, Toulouse and Featherstone keep their 100% records at the top. Halifax are on 71%, up to third. Bradford have 69% now. Batley on 64%. And London, after their points deduction, have 57%. Widnes and Newcastle are 7th and 8th, both on 42%. Whitehaven and Sheffield both have 39%. York improved to 35%, overtaking Dewsbury, who are on 34%. Then Oldham have 15%, and Swinton, unfortunately for them, have 0%.
In League One, it was round 11. The London Scholars beat West Wales 46 points to 30. Barrow gave Coventry a bit of a shellacking, 40 points to 12. And it was Hunslet 20, Keighley 20. Drawn game.
Yeah. Doncaster versus West Wales and Rochdale versus Workington didn't take place. But in the standings, Barrow are top on 86%, with Workington just behind on 83%. Doncaster have 70% in third. Rochdale, North Wales and Keighley are all on 50%. Hunslet have 45%, then Coventry have 40%. Scholars are on 31%, and West Wales are adrift without a win at the bottom.
Moving to the NRL. Boo! I'm going to boo the NRL every time I say it now. Boo! Round 19. Eels 10, Raiders 12. And on Britwatch, it was Hodgson with 52 tackles, and Sutton also played in that game. We've got a view in from EFC 78JU.
Yep. EFC says that was quite a close game between both teams. The Raiders only won by 2 over a missed conversion. They were lucky they got the points off the Eels, but at the same time they feel like they were robbed by the TV video referee try decision. They finished it the way they wanted to finish, 10-12 to the Raiders, and got all the points away from home. Well, everyone's away from home, aren't they, in the NRL at the moment?
Yeah. Roosters 28, Knights 8. Young got 129 metres. The Cowboys 16, Storm 20. And we've got a couple of views in on this one, Mark.
Yes, Alexander Boris de Peffel Johnson said, tuned in to assess why the mutton-headed mugwumps of the NRL were running scared of our will be in Super League. I concede that Melbourne were jolly skillful and speedy chaps by the standards of the colonies and had to be to win this weekly extravaganza. Ruddy distressed to see a Cowboys player try to claim a try that wasn't one. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's liars. Come to England and beat us, what?
And EFC 78JU says, I was watching the game when it was 6-10 to Melbourne Storm. Let's say that this was a close game between the two sides. But when they started putting points back on the board, I did have it on the Skybox mix, but left when the Cowboys and Storm got tries and conversions to win the game 16-20. Gutted not to see the rest of the game. I think he abandoned ship too early. It was Rabbitohs 60, Warriors 22, one of the very high-scoring games that we've seen this year in the NRL. Boo! Burgess 2 tries and 144.
Yeah, don't boo him.
No. Just the NRL. Boo! Sea Eagles 44, West Tigers 22. The Panthers 18, Broncos 12. Farnworth got 121 metres. He's racking up some yards. Dragons 10, Titans 32. Well done, the Titans. Bulldogs 24, Sharks 44. Thompson with one try assist, and 204 metres. He's playing very well in a very crap team.
Yeah, very well, yeah. Carsten got in touch, actually. He said Thompson with the stats line of the week. Outstanding game by him. Yeah, he was close to Jerry. He got 4 more metres. But he didn't get this many tries. But no, in all seriousness, he is outstanding in a shite team, like you say.
So,
for the standings. That means the Storm and the Panthers are the top two still, obviously. Both on 34 points. Rabbitohs are just behind on 30 points, and the Eels complete the top four on 28. The Roosters are chasing on 26 points, and the Sea Eagles have 24. Sharks, Dragons, and Raiders all have 18 in the chase for the top 8. The Titans and Knights on 16, along with the West Tigers and Cowboys on 14. They're still in that race too. The Warriors have 12 points. Broncos, their race is probably done on 10, and Bulldogs at the bottom have 6 points.
So, that's it, I think, for other results this week, Mark.
It is, yeah. Let's move on from the past and look ahead to the future as we move into our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Predictions then, and it's round 16 of Super League, and we already know it's down from 6 to 4. It might be down to 3 or even fewer by the time we're done talking, David. So Wednesday night's game versus St Helens and Huddersfield, that's one that's gone from the schedules, but the Sky game on Wednesday night looks still set to entertain us, with Warrington hosting Wigan, although George Williams will not be making his debut for the Wire against his former side, so they are still going to be with kind of patched up halfback pair Austin and Ratchford against a Wigan side that have got Bateman back in the 21-man squad, but I think he's still he's a long shot still for this game though, I think. So I wouldn't expect him to be in the final 17 personally, but yeah, I'll let you have the first guess on this one.
And it would just be a guess. I mean, I think the one thing Warrington have got going for them is maybe they've had, a bit more rest time than Wigan, and whether that'll tell if it's, don't know what the weather's going to be like this weekend and whether it's still going to be a bit steamy out there or not. I'd go with Warrington because they're at home, but very tight. I think it should be a cracking game. I'm going to go with Warrington by 2.
Yeah, I think Warrington will win by maybe 6 or more. I underestimated Warrington, Widdupless Warrington, when they played us a few weeks ago, and that was stupid because Austin was really good, Ratchford was pretty okay, and Wigan did all of the setting up of tries for Warrington that Widdup would have done anyway. Now, if Wigan can avoid giving them 3 very much on a plate tries like they did for Jake Mamo in the last time these two teams played, and can keep their intensity up without, the goal line defence was better until the last 10 minutes last week. Their attack was better throughout last week. So whilst I said I think it'll be Warrington by 6 or more, my official prediction is that Wigan are going to win by 4 points.
That you talked yourself round the longer you talk there, Mark.
Oh, I was always going to go that way.
Okay, very good.
Thursday, 6:15 p.m. Catalans are hosting Wakefield. Nothing again to indicate this game won't go ahead. Wakefield have been very good, like Wigan have been in playing all of their matches so far. The only two who's actually played every game so far, I think, if I'm not wrong. Catalans a bit shaky against Hull KR. Maybe that. Do we think that's just going to be a wake-up call and they're going to bounce back strong, or do you think losing their talismanic captain Garcia might be an issue?
I just think they're much better than Wakefield.
Yeah,
they're a much better side than Wakefield, and they're playing at home. I can't see anything other than a comfortable Catalan victory.
I think the Catalans will win, but I don't think it'll be as comfortable as I might have said it would have been a week ago.
I'll go Catalan by 14, I think.
Yeah, okay. Catalans by 10. Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Salford Hull KR. Now, this one is in doubt. Salford do have some COVID issues and a thin squad in any case. So this one we might lose. Might lose this one from the calendar, but we'll see. Hull KR will be desperate for it to be played, I'm sure. But I think if it is played, then Hull KR will win, and will win by maybe